In a world where goods and services are crossing borders and people are tightly competing for jobs, the economy is one of the hot issues in this campaign. How does John McCain plan to manage the U.S. economy?
John McCain is taking a pro-growth, pro-job strategy to pump up the U.S. economy. This includes short-term solutions like providing immediate help to families and long-term actions that would ensure Americans' economic prosperity and leadership in the world. He understands that today's changing economy makes it hard for parents to balance the demands of work and family, so he supports flexible work arrangements. He plans to modernize labor laws to allow for more flexible schedules, including working at home. America, like most of the world, is hurting from high gasoline prices. McCain's Lexington project will address the rising costs of energy that are hurting small businesses. He strongly supports increased domestic exploration of oil and natural gas, thus sending a strong message to oil-producing countries that dependence on foreign oil will soon come to an end. His top priority is to ease the burden of the housing crisis. Under his home plan, every deserving homeowner will be afforded the opportunity to trade a burdensome mortgage for a manageable loan that reflects their home's market value. This will keep 200,000 to 400,000 families from losing their homes. His pro-growth tax policy is simple and straightforward. Keep tax rates low, cut the corporate tax rate from 35 to 25%, maintain the 15% rates on dividends and capital gains, and phase out the alternative minimum tax. He also plans to ban internet taxes and new cell phone taxes. Topping all that is his mission to reform government spending and bring the budget to balance by 2013. Looking outward, John McCain believes globalization is an opportunity for American workers today and in the future. NAFTA, AFTA. He wants America to be at the table when the rules for access to global markets are written. Under a McCain administration, the U.S. would continue to engage in multilateral, regional, and bilateral efforts to cut trade barriers, level the global playing field, and build effective enforcement of global trading rules. Yet he acknowledges that globalization will not automatically benefit every American. The best way to ensure that, he says, is to prepare the next generation of workers by making American education geared towards excellence and competitiveness.
That was part one of our series of reports on the campaign issues. Tomorrow we'll take a look at immigration from the GOP standpoint.
Every scientist all across the world, except for maybe a couple in the White
House. As this election goes in the USA, the polls show a numbers game that is tight. And as the past weeks have shown, nearly every major political analyst of nearly every major political polling organization says that this is a race that will not be a fast 100-meter dash between either candidate. Rather, it'll be a grueling marathon where leaders change their positions nearly daily, and the race will go on to a clear winner perhaps only in the last days of the campaign. As the incumbent Republican Party starts its national convention, it begins showing Barack Obama ahead of John McCain by between 6 to 3 percentage points, both with and without leaners. This is exactly the same image Barack Obama enjoyed a week ago on the eve of the Democratic National Convention, before John McCain caught up and tied things. To say that this election is in flux as far as the polls are concerned is an understatement. The website RealClearPolitics.com tracks nearly every major survey and maps what is a combined ranking for each candidate. In the run-up to each candidate securing their party's nomination, one thing has been clear. The lead has changed nearly daily, and the rise and fall of numbers across the chart show that candidates are gaining no more than 5-point leads overall at any given time in a 48-hour period. On the Gallup Poll's website for daily tracking, one thing is clear. The daily numbers race is between 10 and 7-point sweeps in either direction. No candidate is favored for more than 48 hours. This is clearly one of the closest presidential fights of recent memory, a political battle between two parties and candidates who, by and large, are opposites, and whose generational gap is as huge and as divided as their viewpoints. While America edges closer to next Monday's start of the official campaign, the message research and statistics seems to say is that if trends continue, this historic race to the White House might not be known until Election Day itself.
There is a way of
Mike
dealing
Cohen,
with the issue
NBN.
by setting up what's called a cap and trade.
Alaska Governor Sarah Palin, John McCain's pick for vice president, has solid conservative credentials that drew immediate praise from the party's leaders, but she has only been Alaska's chief executive for about 22 months and has no foreign policy experience, facts that Democrats were quick to criticize.
I never really set out to be involved in public affairs, much less to run for this office.
Palin admitted that she was surprised when Senator John McCain offered her the job days before the Republican National Convention to nominate the party's standard-bearers.
Opportunities come unexpectedly, and this is certainly the case today.
In his introduction, McCain stressed Palin's upbringing as the daughter of a school secretary and a teacher, and her modest lifestyle today. Palin, he said, knows what it's like to worry about mortgage payments and health care and the cost of gasoline and groceries. The pick earned McCain praise from evangelicals and other social conservatives who have been skeptical of him. The price for that support could be high. Palin's lack of experience undercuts GOP's charges that Obama is not ready to be commander-in-chief.
But is he ready to lead?
McCain's campaign hopes Palin will help draw women and disaffected supporters of Hillary Clinton, the New York senator who won 18 million votes in her bid to defeat Barack Obama for the Democratic nomination.
But it turns out the women of America aren't finished yet, and we can shatter that glass ceiling once and for
John
all.
McCain put his money down on a dark horse to try to change the race. Dina Libunel, NBN.